Welcome to the Dreaming Cave. Here, we can open paths to other realms. This particular path is blocked by Daedric magic. I have an idea, though. Take the Dawnstar gem from your pack and hold it up to the barrier. Just as I surmised, the barrier, it withdraws from the Dawnstar's power. Dawnbreaker's gem contains a portion of Meridia's power, but on its own it isn't strong enough to dispel this barrier. We need to find the Dawnbreaker's sword and make it whole once more. We know that at least one Daedric prince has attempted to help us against the triad of Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal. I think it's time to approach Meridia and solicit her help in this endeavor. We need to locate a true believer, one of Meridia's cultists. If anyone can direct us toward Daedric activity on Summerset, it's Lathan. Talk to Lathan. See if you can convince him to help us find one of Meridia's priests. As we've seen, the triad of Daedric princes was able to interfere with the Golden Knight's efforts to reach us. If I attempt to use the Dreaming Cave to contact Meridia, chances are they'll notice and stop us. We can't risk tipping our hand just yet. The barrier doesn't block every possible path, only the one that I saw in my scribed memory, the path that leads to where I hid the heart of transparent law. As Katora's magic continues to fade, I believe my memories will return in time. I don't think so. Each member of the Cabal possesses a unique talent. Katora dealt in mind magic. When you killed him, that magic was lost to the Cabal. No. Now we must concern ourselves with the triad of Daedric princes. Just as you were attuned so you could travel to and from Artaeum, we use the same magic to prevent Lathan from leaving the island. He is free to wander where he will, but he can't leave. I believe he's outside, talking to Valcerin. Lathan was a good man. I have to believe he still is, despite pledging his allegiance to Mephala and the Court of Bedlam. Besides, we need to contact Meridia. He's our best chance for getting in touch with one of her priests. Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal joined forces to threaten Nirn. It appears their ultimate goal is to take control of the Crystal Tower for a reason we haven't yet determined. Lathan is part of the Court of Bedlam. They're mortal servants.
To come back here. The memories are painful.
I still can't believe I had to find you and drag you back. Was our time together really so terrible?
You still don't understand. Our daughter will never again see this view, or hold my hand, or anything. I suppose it's too much for a prisoner to expect a few moments of solitude with his thoughts. Ah, well. So, what can I do for you? Has the Right Master sent you to interrogate me? Doesn't he trust my wife's talents in that regard? What a curious question. Do you actually believe that all Daedric cultists know each other? I hate to disappoint you, we don't. Although I can tell you that there are a lot fewer of the Lady of Life's followers now than there were before. The Court of Bedlam has been actively eliminating the competition, as it were. Oh, I wasn't personally involved, but I have it on good authority that the Meridia shrine hidden to the north of Shimmerine has been disposed of. Or, who can say? I imagine that one or two of them scurried down a dark hole before the blade fell. Like rats, her followers are. I believe I have said everything I'm going to on this subject.
That sounds like a wild Nixad chase. Didn't Razumdar mention he was investigating Daedric cults on Summerset? Maybe you should go talk to him. Razumdar has been investigating Daedric activity across Summerset. He's your best chance for finding a follower of Meridia, despite what Lathan has intimated. When last we checked, the Eye of the Queen was in Shimmerine, conducting his own investigation into the Court of Bedlam and other Daedric activity. If anyone in Summerset can point you to a priest of Meridia, it's Razumdar.
Queen's Eye wants to chase his own tail by following skeever scribblings, fine by me. Anything to keep him out of our business.
Step away from that scribble, newcomer.
Take a breath, bailiff. It's just a scribble, not one of Razumdar's conspiracies.
Only one of the lesser races would deface a beautiful wall like that. I mean no disrespect, but my statement rings true. Razum-Dar claims the scribble contains a message of some sort, but I just don't see it. The cat mentioned he was working with a newcomer. But if you ask me about Daedra, I'll toss you down a pit. As I told Razum-Dar, Summerset banished Daedric cults centuries ago. Our biggest problem right now concerns these wall scribblers. Is this a bribe? You know what? Just give it here. The cat thinks the scribbles lead somewhere. Follow the nose. Those were his last words before he darted off. At least, I think that's what he said.
Through his mercy and his might.
Raz doesn't care who you worship. He just wants to know if your cult was attacked recently.
Perryite would welcome you. Our prince accepts all kinds, and you'd be our first Khajiit.
You'd be our first anything, actually.
Five Claw, you have the happy ability to know where to find Raz when Raz has need of you. Getting information out of these Perryite idiots is like squeezing milk from a stone. This is why Raz hates dealing with Daedric cults. Interesting question. Raz has learned that the Court of Bedlam has been attacking the cults of other princes, including those devoted to Meridia and Azura. Now, usually if crazy cultists kill each other, it's good for Summerset. But this feels wrong. You do? Well, Raz trusts you, so I can tell you about an old friend who attends Meridia ceremonies in the Etonir Grotto. Raz doesn't approve, but it's her life, yes? This one will make contact and meet you outside Etonir. Raz was planning to head up north to Etonir after talking to these Periite imbeciles anyway, to check on his old friend. The Court of Bedlam's attacks on the other cults were particularly vicious, and this one worries so. War. That would explain the attacks. Raz isn't an expert on Daedric cults, but this doesn't sound like their usual behavior. This one thought they just sort of left each other alone. That's a terrible thing to say. No, Raz refuses to believe it. Raz's friend is a survivor. She's got to be all right. This one will go and make contact. Make sure she's fine. Then we'll meet you outside Etonir. Raz hears things. He heard about the attacks on the rival cults. He heard that the court consists of followers of 3 different princes. And he heard that even though the High Elves constitute the majority of the court's members, there is one Dark Elf. A single Dark Elf among a group of High Elves seems significant to Raz. Besides, everyone seems to fear her, but this one could not dig up any details. We should keep an eye out for this Dark Elf, yes?
Fancy a trip? Take a look at
Over here, Five Claw. This is Raz's old friend, Sadarado. She follows Meridia, but do not hold that against her.
May Meridia's light shine upon you. Raz told me you need to contact my prince. With the recent attacks, however, I need to ask you what your interest in Meridia happens to be. Meridia's Sword of Light. I'm not sure I understand. Even if I wanted to help you, my efforts would probably be in vain. My prince doesn't speak to just any mortal. The leader of our sect had Meridia's ear, but he was caught in a recent attack. Your need must be great to come ask for such a favor. The path to Meridia's shrine won't be easy to navigate, however. Mephala and Nocturnal's followers massacred my brothers and sisters. They left vile Daedra behind to defile our sanctum. Enter the grotto and look for our camp. Meridia's shrine looms over the area. Raz will accompany me and will enter via a side tunnel. I don't want you to have to worry about me while you're defending your...
Raz thinks this is a bad idea, Sadara.
I want to help Raz. Maybe this is the reason Meridia allowed me to escape when the rest of my sect was attacked.
I knew I shouldn't have let her go in.
Wouldn't go any deeper if I were you, Dryskin. Darkness crawls along the walls of Etanir. Only thing you'll find here is an ugly death. That, no idea. Erothal asked to take the lead, and I obligingly took a nap. Didn't think it would be any trouble, even for a lackwit like her. Sneak past some cultists, grab the tokens, get out clean. Easy. But now, the place is swarming with Daedra. Well, she's certainly missing, and I'm not risking my scaly hide going in to find her. You look scrappy enough. If you can grab those tokens and what's left of my apprentice, I'll make it worth your while. I suppose I could answer some questions, long as they're quick. I don't suspect Erothal will make it out alive, but there's no use prolonging the news. What? Are you the kind of sap who sheds a tear for every idiot lost on a job? Huh? If you were so worried, what are you standing around here for? Go in and find her. Maybe she's still alive. Not by choice. The guild shoved her in my lap and told me to start training. So far, all she's been good for is buzzing in my ear, like some kind of meerkat. Besides, I'm paying you to look for her, aren't I? Good enough. No idea. A cult of Meridia doesn't usually make a big splash, but here in Summerset, well, they don't look kindly on Daedric cults, even the nice ones. Not surprised. Not entirely sure, truth be told. All I know is they're worth something to someone. Why that is, well, it's not my job to ask questions, long as I get paid. What? Are you the kind of sap who sheds a tear for every idiot lost on a job? Huh? If you were so worried, what are you standing around here for? Go in and find her. Maybe she's still alive. Most likely not, but there's still a chance. Not by choice.
We're almost there.
Raz is not fond of Daedric cultists, but no one deserves to die like this.
The court of Bedlam are cowards. They struck us down without warning. I will try my best to get your friend an audience with the Lady of Light. The shrine is just inside. Master, what did those bastards do to you? Look what they did to his body. They defiled Meridia's shrine.
That light, that is not natural, yes?
Meridia, she calls to us.
My devoted priest, a loyal soldier, and an intrepid instigator. Step closer and bask in Meridia's light.
Why is this statue talking to Raz? Should it be doing such a thing?
My followers murdered. My shrine desecrated. The other princes, this so-called triad, they must answer for these insults. But I sense a question in your mind. Speak, mortal. Ask what you will of the Prince of Light. They dare to steal my vessel? To hold prisoner the agent I put in place to foil their despicable plans? My light shall not be snuffed out. My colored rooms will not be compromised. You must set Darien Gautier free. My vessel thinks of itself as Darien Gautier, a simple Breton warrior. But in reality, it is my will and my power. When a darkness enters your reality, I send Darien to banish it. You must enter Mephalah's realm and rescue Darien, the Golden Knight. Only my vessel can repair the Dawnbreaker. Use the Dawnstar gem to locate Darien within the Spiral Skein. Now return to the Right Master and tell him what I said. Wait. The Triad dares to invade my sacred realm? Such an affront cannot stand.
Meridia, my prince! She's gone. I can't feel her presence any longer.
Raz is certain that the nice statue will be fine. In the meantime, let this one take you someplace where you will be safe. Raz has seen many things. Were-sharks, flying tigers, were-sharks on top of flying tigers. But a talking light? Queen Irene will never believe it. How much trouble are we in, Five Claw? Be honest with old Raz. Too much honesty is never a good thing. How do we battle Daedric princes? Raz supposes an army would help. An army always helps. Alas, Raz rarely has an army to call upon when he needs one the most. And that involves traveling to places Raz never knew existed before all this started. No. Raz will see Sadara to safety and then do what he can to protect Summerset and the Crystal Tower. The Daedra fighting, Raz will leave to you, yes?
finally free! Oh, sorry. No time to chat. I have to get back to Seeks. He must be worried sick.
I see that Errolthal made it back in one piece. Thank the Hist. The guild might have docked my pay if she wound up dead. More importantly, did you find the tokens of Meridia in there? Good. I'll get these tokens back to the Thieves Guild. Honestly, this is one of the smoother operations I've been a part of. Sad as that is. Maybe one day we'll do another job together. Not likely, but maybe.
Can we get moving now? I'm just itching to get to our next assignment.
The itching's probably just a symptom of the venom. Next, your flesh will start to rot off. Seen it happen 1,000,000 times.
Seeks, you're hilarious! I just can't get enough of your jokes. My skin's going to rot off. Oh, what will you come up with next?
see signs of the court's work throughout Summerset, but nothing of the court itself.
I think the Court of Bedlam has fewer members than we imagined.
Enough of this for now. Let's see what our friend has learned. You returned, but without the Dawnbreaker. Weren't you able to make contact with Meridia? Forgive my impatience. This inability to remember has me on edge. Go on. Tell me what you learned. The Court of Bedlam is eliminating the cults of the other princes? To what end? You said you were able to make contact with Meridia. Then why didn't she give you a restored Dawnbreaker? I suspected that might be the case. I'll send Valcerin with you into Mephalah's realm to rescue the Golden Knight. A disturbing development, to be sure, but we'll have to hope Meridia can protect herself. I'll open a portal to Mephalah's spiral skein when you're ready. Then you can use the gem to find the Golden Knight.
Mephalah's realm can be daunting, but I'll be with you the entire time.
Remember to stay focused on your destination at all times. Otherwise, you could get lost in myriad pathways of the Dreaming Cave. And whatever you do, don't lose that gem.
Are you there? I think we were separated.
like a maze in here, full of dead ends and passages that lead nowhere. Try to use the Dawn Star gem. Maybe it will reveal a path we're not seeing. I think there's something stalking me in here. Oh no!
Thank the stars! I can breathe again! I couldn't breathe. As usual, you found me just in the nick of time. The beast that captured me, I've never seen anything like it. A little lightheaded, but I'll be fine. Now that we're together, we can focus on finding the Golden Knight. And if that beast shows its mandibles again, I'll be ready. Something with the body of a giant spider, and, well, I'm not sure how to describe it, but it was a creature right out of my nightmares. Just what you'd expect in the realm of a Daedric prince. No matter, let's go find the Golden Knight. The path revealed by the Dawnstar Gem? But I wouldn't give to be able to use portal magic in here. That wasn't a pleasant experience. Mephala won't leave something as valuable as Meridia's golden knight unprotected.
Or my webs will fill your pretty mouth next.
Took you long enough. I expected this rescue hours ago.
Your gratitude has a hollow ring, Knight.
Oh, I can be very grateful, my lady.
Maybe we should just leave him. I'm sure the right master would understand.
Well, this is awkward. Here I am, Meridia's champion, covered in webs and held at the mercy of unsettling spider people. Thanks for rescuing me, though. I would have freed myself at some point. I was just, working up to it, that's all. Guilty as charged. Meridia sent me to offer my assistance, but those other princes, they kept interfering. And then I was dragged into this pit of spider harlots. Look, we can catch up on things later. Right now, we need to get out of here. There's one small problem. Getting out of a Daedric realm isn't just a matter of walking through a door. Believe me, I've tried. Hey, how did you get here, by the way? Mephala specifically said she was putting me someplace where no one would find me. The Dawnstar gem. That makes sense. Between that and the Psijic sages, I can see how you wound up here. And with the gem, I can repair Dawnbreaker. But just so you know, I feel awful. I'm in no condition to fight at the moment.
Let's get out of here. Meet me outside. I can open a portal to the Dreaming Cave, but the ritual will take time, and will more than likely draw Mephala's Daedra. You need to hold them off until I can find a way back home. I won't be able to assist you while I'm casting, and the Golden Knight doesn't appear to be in any condition to fight. I'm afraid you're on your own, my friend. Let my voice penetrate the barriers between here and the Dreaming Cave. Back a few moments longer. I can sense the portal opening, just by the stars! That spider thing! Opened. Let's get out of here.
Valcerin, take the knight to the healers. We'll deal with the sword later. In the meantime, I need to speak with our friend. You and Valcerin entered Mephalah's realm and rescued Meridia's Golden Knight. I couldn't ask for more, my friend. I assume Darien believes he can repair the Dawnbreaker. I hope that would be the case. The Golden Knight will need to recover some of his strength first, though. Who knows what tortures Mephalah and her creatures inflicted upon him? That's not a fate I'd wish on my worst enemy. Who can say what drives such beings as these? To work with the Sea Slode, to pit their followers against the cultists of other princes, to launch attacks into rival Oblivion realms. Such actions boggle the mind. Knight Darien needs to recover his strength first, and restore the Dawnbreaker. Then we can attempt to unblock the path and see where I took the heart of transparent law. For now, take this with my thanks. While the Golden Knight recovers, we must make preparations for breaching the Daedric barrier. Since I can't remember where that particular pathway goes, we'll have to be ready for any contingency. I also need to tell you about another memory. My memories return slowly, a little at a time. While you searched for the night, a memory came back to me. A woman's voice, barely a whisper, beautiful but speaking in a language I can't understand, repeating the same words over and over. I suspect that the language is ancient. It may actually predate the languages of Tamriel. I feel that the memory is connected to the barrier in the Dreaming Cave, and where I hid the heart. My friend, I hoped you'd say that. I sent Oriandra to my study to review my memory and see if she could translate the ancient words. I even suggested a scholar she could contact, an expert in ancient languages and obscure dialects. Go, check on her progress. No, I just feel that the words contain the key to where I hid the heart of transparent law. I do know the language is not native to Tamriel, or to anywhere on Nirn for that matter. It feels ancient, alien. I hope the expert recognizes it. Forte, the Grand Maestro of the House of Reveries. We've shared research in the past, and he thinks the language could be related to tablets he once studied in Ebon Stadmont. Now go and see if Oriandra has made any progress by reviewing my memory.
Not derived from Ayleid, though I see a possible correlation to Daedric linguistic patterns. Who's... Oh, don't you know not to interrupt a sage when she's deep in concentration? I suppose the Right Master sent you to see how my research was coming along. I've listened to his memory over and over, and I examined every relevant tome I could find. Not yet. The Master of the House of Reveries sent me his work. It relates to a similar language seen in the ruins of Ebon Stadmont, but I only understand a little of it. I wish Lathan was still one of us. He was our language expert. Ancient languages and battle magic, to name just a few. Lathan betrayed us, and I don't trust him, but I've reached a dead end. We need help, and he's the best option I can think of. Take the notes and show them to Lathan. What do we have to lose? I'll let the Right Master know what I proposed. He may not like it, but he's always telling us to utilize every available resource. I think this qualifies. You'll find Lathan in Valserin's study. See if you can convince him to translate the words. I have no idea, but it's worth a try. I know Lathan and the Right Master were friends. I don't believe Lathan would purposely try to harm Ichesis. On the other hand, if Lathan thinks that helping us will help his cause, he'll jump at the chance. I suppose it had something to do with his daughter. Eldaway was a beautiful girl, smart, sweet, and full of energy. She brightened the entire island. When she fell ill, Lathan and Valserin grew apart. It was how they dealt with the tragedy. Don't you think we tried? The Right Master, Valserin, the entire Conclave. But nothing helped. She grew weaker and weaker. And then she was gone. Val threw herself into her work after that. Lathan just grew more distant. Only if you want to guarantee that Lathan refuses to help us. Haven't you seen them since they were reunited? Val wants to kill him, and Lathan hates her with a passion. They used to be so in love. Now it breaks my heart to see them like this. I have no idea, but...
Interesting. You weren't this attentive when our daughter actually needed you.
Lathan, I need to go check on the knight anyway.
Val, wait! Damn it. By the spinner's holy webs, when did I become an insufferable arse? Valcerin didn't deserve that. Ildaway was her daughter too. Why am I talking to you about this? I know it isn't because I like you, because I really don't. Is this some new attempt at interrogation? If so, I'm not familiar with the technique. Very well, I'll play along. Yes, I am a master linguist, specializing in ancient and obscure languages. Why do you ask? Intriguing. I've never seen this dialect before. I can translate it, but I need more to work with. I need to examine the original tablets found at Ebon Stadmont. That will never happen, of course. You do remember I'm a prisoner here, don't you? According to those notes, the writing is carved into a massive stone. I doubt you'd be able to carry it back here. All right, you've piqued my interest. Use this rune when you reach Ebon Stadmont, and I'll be able to see what you see. Nothing nefarious, if that's what you're asking. Just enter the forest, find the obscure language, and use the rune so I can see what you see. It won't do anything beyond that, I assure you. According to the scribblings of this Grand Maestro Forte, Spinner's Web, that's a pompous title. The forest is a maze filled with all kinds of beasts and Daedra. As to the reason why, who can say? Sometimes a cursed wood is just a cursed wood. I don't see how that's relevant to our interactions. Not in the least. Still, my words were spiteful, meant to hurt her. There was no need for me to open old wounds. But why does this concern you? I'm your enemy. Are you too dense to see that? According to those notes, the writing is... I don't see how that's relevant to our Interesting. Honesty and a shrewd tactic. I can appreciate that. Still, my business is my own. I'm not looking for a friend or to rejoin the Sijiks. I'll help you because the court needs to find the Tower Crystal as much as you do. Nothing nefarious, if that's what you're asking. According to the scribblings of this Grand Maestro, I don't see how that's...
Wherever could that blasted mercenary be?
The rune is working perfectly. It's almost as if I'm standing right next to you. I can feel the powerful magic that permeates this place. I sense a Daedric influence, but something that's far older than my Prince Bathala. The Maestro's notes said the ancient words were etched into a massive stone. I expect you'll need to travel deeper into the forest to find the exact location. I can't translate the words the right master heard until you find that stone. I'm not your tour guide. Just pick a direction and start walking. Wait a moment. The Maestro's notes. There was a passage that might help. Something about crows. Maybe that will be enough to guide you. Refer to the book and use the rune again when you locate the ancient writing. Have you found the inscription? Not yet, but the inscription is nearby. I sense something else, though. Nocturnal's presence. ancient inscription. You found it. Something isn't right. I feel our connection breaking up. It's Nocturnal's Earl.
Now that Lathan's gone, we can talk freely. I never expected to see you again, but you shouldn't have come here. These words of power, they aren't meant for mortal eyes. I'm an Earl in the court of Bedlam now, so believe me when I say that Lathan isn't being totally honest with you. That doesn't matter. What matters is that I want to maintain the balance of power among the Daedric Triad. If Lathan translates the language and gives Mephala the secret, she'll gain an advantage that could threaten my prince, Nocturnal. Speculate all you want. I'm here to give you a gift. Nocturnal has authorized me to provide you with the meaning of the mysterious phrase. It's in all our best interests for the Right Master to remember where he hid the heart of transparent law. The phrase the Right Master remembers, the words he keeps hearing, it's a spell to retrieve something hidden. When the time is right, he just needs to repeat the phrase to reveal the heart's hiding place. I wasn't sure how I'd feel if I saw you or Naryu again. Balmora seems like a lifetime ago, and I'm a new person since committing myself to Nocturnal's service. I wish you weren't involved in this matter. Artaeum is only as isolated as it allows itself to be. First, the Abyssal Pearl allowed the Sea Slode and Mephala to invade the Sidjic Island. Then you took Lathan, an Earl in the court of Bedlam, prisoner. We know your moves before you make them. A new life. More like a new prison. Serving at the feet of a Khajiit to become a slave to the High Elf Queen. No, that's not an existence I could bear. I follow the shadowy paths of Nocturnal now. She gives me the freedom to be who I really am. I felt abandoned, lost. That's when Nocturnal offered to comfort me. Not the Morag Tong, not a Khajiit guardian, not even you. Nocturnal gave me a purpose and a family. She gave me something to believe in. Belief doesn't make something true. You stopped me once, but I'm stronger now. More powerful. As for the princes, you're barely a speck on a flea that gets casually brushed aside after a minor irritation. Do what you must. This only ends one way. Our princes plan to do away with the laws imposed by other powers. They want to remake Nirn, reshape it to better suit their every inclination. Of course, to do this, all obstacles must be cast aside, including the other Daedric princes. The court isn't evil. We wouldn't be a part of something that didn't add to the greater good. When our princes are done, war and sickness will be eradicated. There will be true peace and godhood for the court, as befits beings of our stature.
Can you play keyboard and mouse on this game?
Tell the right master. It's a spell of retrieval.
Finally, I've re-established my connection to the rune. Tell me what Nocturnal's Pearl said to you. I can't believe Nocturnal's Earl interfered like that. We're supposed to be allies. Why would she want to stop me from reading that ancient inscription? A spell. Interesting. And somehow connected to the Right Master's forgotten hiding place. I wonder why Nocturnal decided to share this information. She isn't usually the most forthcoming of the court's esteemed princes. Right. I told them to interrupt my research before I could unravel an ancient and powerful language. Look, you should come back to Kapora Tower now. The Right Master wants to hear everything my associate shared with you. And frankly, so do I. I just wish I could have spent a few moments studying that inscription.
Cool, cause I got a really nice key and mouse a few days. And was looking for a good key and mouse game. Do you reckon? You can play it on PC also. Sorry, my mic not working now. Smile. My PC sucks bad though, so in looking for a good game on cons. This is on PC and consoles, so you can play on PS4 with mouse and keyboard though. Is it like Skyrim? I never used keyboard and mouse on my PS4 myself, but I heard it's possible with this game, also with VR. This is Skyrim, emoji smiling face with open mouth. It's Skyrim Online. Skyrim people smile, smile, smile. They made Elder Scrolls from Skyrim to try if it gonna work as Morg. And people loves this game. 1-2 mil players now smile, best Morg ATM in my opinion.
Oriandra, you should have consulted me beforehand.
She saw an opportunity and she took it, Tychesis.
Silence, Lathan! Need I put you in chains to remind you of your status here?
I'm sorry, Right Master. We should have asked permission. It won't happen again.
This escapade of yours could have been disastrous. What were you and Oriandra thinking, trusting Lathan to help us translate the ancient language? Now nothing you discovered can be trusted. We're back to square one. I observed what I could through Lathan's connection, but it seems to me that the Court of Bedlam is just trying to confuse us. What do you think? Should we trust Nocturnal's Earl or not? As much as it pains me, I must concur. We'll just have to make sure that once we recover the heart, it isn't allowed to fall into the hands of the Court of Bedlam or their princes. Darian's outside. Talk to him, then meet me in the Dreaming Cave. No matter whether Nocturnal's Earl spoke truth or lies, we need to recover the heart of Transparent Law. I'm sure I hid it somewhere beyond the Daedric barrier. Was there anything else before you go and check on Darian? I remember I tried to resist the Sea Sloat's compulsion and was able to maintain a sliver of control. But as for a revelation spell, where would I acquire something in such an obscure language? And whose voice do I hear echoing in my mind? I remember using what control I still possessed to foil Katora's plans. I recall forging a bargain with someone. That, my friend, would be a mistake. Summerset's ancient defenses have withered since the Transparent Law crystal was broken and the heart removed. Every moment the crystal tower remains incomplete, another protection falls away. I'm sure that it is. But in that certainty, we gain an advantage. You'll be at my side when we locate the heart, and you'll be there to help me defend it from the Court of Bedlam and their princes.
Your wounds, they're just gone.
I've always healed fast, Val. I can call you Val, right? Give me a moment. I'd like to chat with our friend.
Of course. Then go to the Dreaming Cave. The Right Master's ready to begin.
I wanted to thank you again for getting me out of Mephalah's realm. It wasn't anything like I originally imagined. Oh, and I wanted to let you know that I was able to repair the Dawnbreaker. The sword's power should allow us to breach the barrier. No thanks to the Psijic healers. I thought they were gonna slice me open to try to figure out what makes me... well, me. I'm glad you stopped by, though. I wanted to talk to you. In private. This might sound like a strange question. In fact, depending on how you answer it, it is a strange question. Do you remember me? I'm not talking about here in Summerset. I mean, from someplace else. You don't remember me? I was afraid of that. Meridia told me that time worked differently in Oblivion, but I didn't believe her. What's happened to me hasn't happened to you yet. That doesn't matter now. What matters is I found you. Meridia told me about the triad of Daedric princes, and she told me about you. Even sent me to help you defeat them. Of course, she conveniently forgot to tell me how to do that, and she stopped responding to my requests. Has me a little worried. Not everyone gets a choice about the battles they fight. My prince... she's all right, but she's not big on free will. I wanted you to know that you aren't beholden to a higher power. You can decide what you want to fight for. Fixing the Dawnbreaker was surprisingly easy, by the way, especially considering that I had never repaired a Daedric artifact before. Questions? Not like a test or anything, though, right? Tests give me a rash. But sure, yeah, what would you like to know? I wish I knew the answer to that. I remember my father well enough. He was a Breton, but I never met my mother. In fact, now that I think about it, my entire childhood is kind of a blur. I never questioned that. I'm not really sure why. Meridia only ever told me I was her vessel. I can't say I remember volunteering for that job, though. I have her magic inside me. I've had it all my life. I can feel it. But why? I have so many questions. Who I am, what I am, why the amazing good looks and roguish charm if I'm just here to stomp on Meridia's enemies. I mean, I guess if I was a prince, I'd want a dashing champion, so I can't blame her for that. Wait! Don't start without me!
We're as prepared as we can be without knowing exactly where this pathway leads. I've even set wards that will help protect me from the Daedric princes. Remember, though, our primary goal is to recover the heart of Transparent Law. The Golden Knight must wield the reforged Dawnbreaker to breach the barrier. Then we simply step through the portal and see where it takes us. I expect we may call upon your fighting skills before all is said and done. Are you ready to proceed? Sir Darian, deal with this barrier, if you please.
My pleasure.
The way is open. Let's go. I'll be all right, Valcerin. I expected the pathway to lead to some obscure corner of Oblivion, but this is Nocturnal's realm. I wish I could remember what compelled me to hide the heart here. The heart is here. I'm positive. Now that I think about it, this location has a familiar feel. I've been here before. I just need to remember where I placed the stolen crystal. Take Darian and scout the path ahead. Look for any signs that might indicate where I hid the heart. Valcerin will assist me and we'll follow behind you. As much as it pains me to admit, my many years are finally catching up with me. Be prepared for anything. This is Nocturnal's realm, after all.
Nocturnal's minions aren't exactly modest, are they? Not that I'm complaining.
featherless one walks the path once more. But where is the pretty crystal he carried last time?
Did that bird just talk? You heard that, right?
Pay the crows no mind. They're nothing but an annoyance.
This one walks the path once more. But where is the pretty crystal he carried last time?
Pay the crows no mind. Nothing but an annoyance.
Remind me to wear lighter armor next time we have to climb a mountain. Talking.
myself. Dawnbreaker, go forth! I'll protect you!
This is getting stranger and stranger. Be ready for anything. The path ends here. I hope the old man remembers something, or we climbed all this way for a whole lot of nothing.
Jesus, what are you saying?
I'm saying I remember taking the heart through that portal. With every step along this path, my memory grew clearer. This portal, it leads to where I had my fateful meeting with Nocturnal, where she offered to aid me in my struggle against the sea-slowed Katora. Nocturnal offered me a spell that would hide the heart from everyone. The sea-slowed, Nocturnal, even from me. As soon as I hid it away, my memory of even possessing the crystal faded like a distant dream. I assume so. Some of the details still elude me. I remember entering the portal with the heart, then returning here without it in my hands. Since I cast the spell with those ancient words, only I can use it again to unseal the hiding place. My preparations included numerous wards of protection. They should allow me to resist even the magic of a Daedric prince, at least for a short amount of time. Through the portal, I remember an ancient ruin. Head for that, and we'll meet you there. Step cautiously. I remember very little about what lies on the other side of this portal.
Didn't the old man mention an ancient ruin? Let's keep climbing until we find it.
I remember the words, but I don't know exactly what they mean. Once I begin the spell, be ready for anything. My friends, the heart of transparent law will soon be back in our hands. Heart, reveal yourself. Ganoro Baron.
Your chest, it's glowing.
Ijavil. Of course. I put the heart inside myself. It was the perfect hiding place.
Look, Mephala. The mortal hid the heart inside his own body. How clever.
Uh-oh. Mephala and Clavicus Vile. This could be bad.
But why did Nocturnal keep this from us? No matter. I'll take the crystal now, right, Master?
My wards shall protect me.
Impressive for a mortal. But the wards won't hold long against our power.
Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Stop struggling, mortal. You're only delaying the inevitable.
Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command.
right, Ichesis. Just hold on.
Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power. Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power. Where do all these Daedra keep coming from? Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command. Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Hold still, mortal, and I'll make this quick.
Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command. Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Val, promise me you'll lead them.
Don't even say it, Ichesis. Just keep fighting.
Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power. Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Tearing me apart! Mephala, stop that! I've got him! Wait, what's the...
Nocturnal! How dare you interfere?
Get out of my realm, princess. You are no longer welcome. The heart belongs to me. We made a deal, didn't we, mortal?
Ichesis?
I did what I had to. I hid the heart, even from you. The only way to retrieve it is to kill me.
Very well. I accept those terms.
No!
We need to go, now! Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command.
Damn it! Hang on! I'll get us out of here!
Dawnbreaker will protect us. I hope.
Meridia's vessel. You have no power here.
I'll show you power, you monster!
The Sword of Light. I'll take that.
My sword! I just fixed that!
The heart is mine, and soon the Crystal Tower will belong to me. I no longer need Mephala or Vile.
Hold on! I'm getting us out of here!
Valsarin? Where's the Right Master?
Nocturnal killed him. We couldn't stop her.
No! That's not possible!
Well, that could have gone better. I know it looks bad, but, who am I kidding? It is bad. I'm sorry Nocturnal killed the old man, and took the heart, and took my damn sword.
Why did Nocturnal have to kill Ichesus? Because of some damn crystal? I don't understand any of this. Please. I need a moment to gather my thoughts.
This doesn't make any sense. What happened to the Right Master? I don't believe it. The Right Master, Ichesus, he's the best of us. Besides, I thought only he could reveal the heart's hidden location. I knew he was remembering things, but I had no idea he was so desperate. To make a deal with a Daedric prince, even to foil the sea slode, that was just foolish. In retrospect, though, I might have done the same. How do we beat the Triad now? Nocturnal betrayed the other princes? Actually, that's rather typical from what I've read. Without the heart, without the Right Master, what are we supposed to do now? I'm not sure there is another way. With the heart of transparent law, Nocturnal can control the Crystal Tower. And with the Crystal Tower, she can... well, I'm not sure why she wants the tower. We'll need to consult a few experts about that. Grief does us no good unless we use it to focus our commitment. We need to rally our forces. It's time to turn this Daedric tide before the waters of oblivion overwhelm us. Thankfully, Sotha Seal returned while you traveled the Dreaming Cave. Sotha Seal said he had information meant only for Right Master Ichesus' ears. He asked me to send the Right Master to see him when he returned from traveling the Dreaming Cave. We also need to convince Sotha Seal to share the news he brought with us. But without the Right Master, he may decide to simply depart. Like all the members of the Dark Elf Tribunal, he can be very enigmatic. Maybe you should talk to him.
How unusual. The Psijics know better than to disturb me in my private study, and the Rite Master has kept me waiting for an inordinate amount of time. That leads me to a single conclusion. The Rite Master has not returned from the Dreaming Cave. That is unfortunate. I enjoyed my infrequent talks with Ichesis. Ah, well. Now, if you don't mind, I have preparations to make before I take my leave. I am, and I did. But the Rite Master is no longer in a position to receive that information. Now, once again, I ask. A demand? Interesting. Then hear my words. Nocturnal stole a secret I thought well hidden. I developed a technique for utilizing life energy as a source of power. I suspect she will use that technique to amplify the Crystal Tower. The Crystal Tower exists on multiple planes of reality simultaneously and possesses capabilities we do not fully understand. We must assume that Nocturnal's options are infinite. I suggest you find Valcerin and inform her of this development. I find it hard to believe that Nocturnal, Mephala, and Vile worked together for as long as they did. Daedric princes aren't known for their willingness to share. With the heart, Nocturnal moves one step closer to gaining control of the tower. Transparent law. The crystal at the top of the Crystal Tower anchors its metaphysical structure to all realities. With the heart, she can restore the crystal, utilize its capabilities, and make herself master of the tower. The tower straddles every reality. Its true purpose remains lost to time, but I theorize it was created as a watchtower of sorts, a doorway to everywhere. It stands to reason, then, that the tower is the key to omnipresence. Imagine a Daedric prince who can exert influence throughout the multiverse at the exact same moment in time. Nocturnal could become infinite. If she accomplishes that, then her power would multiply accordingly. She would be without limits. I find it hard to believe that Nocturnal, Mephala, and Vile worked together for as long as they did. Daedric princes aren't known for their willingness to share. With the heart, Nocturnal...
You need to go to Valcerin's study right now. There's a problem. He's really tall.
Knight of Meridia, stay and talk with me.
I hate to say it, but I think your friend Valcerin has lost it. Well, you should go to the study and see for yourself.
sorcerer stop! You're going to kill him!
Fine. Let our friend finish the interrogation. Oriandra doesn't trust me right now, and I can't blame her. You interrogate Lathan. Get him to tell you why they killed the Rite Master. We need answers. Otherwise, I'm not sure what we should do.
This is ridiculous. I had no wish to see Ichesus harmed. He was my friend. He tried to save my daughter. If my wife wants a battle, though, tell her I'm ready to oblige. What are you talking about? Nocturnal, Methala, and Clavicus Vile are partners in this. That's why our three sects formed the Court of Bedlam. 3 Daedric princes working together to make the world a better place. No, that can't be right. Why would she betray the Triad like that? Unless... You must let me leave, Artaeum. I need to contact my prince. This is ridiculous. What are you talking? No, that can't be right. Why would she betray the Triad like that? Unless... You must let me leave, Artaeum. I need to contact my prince. Look, you have to let me return to Summerset and warn my prince. Let me go, and I'll convince Methala to help you. You're going to need my prince if you really plan to take on Nocturnal and the Crystal Tower. Consider it a necessary alliance. Do we really need to go over this again? Methala and the Triad sought places of power, the Clockwork City, the Crystal Tower, anything they could use to change the rules of reality and remake the world. They wanted to make things better. The Crystal Tower has its own protections, though we know those have been weakened with the removal of the Heart of Transparent Law. Still, we tried to acquire the Resolute Diamonds, the Sapiarch's keys to the tower. I didn't say that. Nocturnal has the heart, and her power as a Daedric prince. It won't be easy, but she'll be able to enter the Crystal Tower. You, on the other hand, will need help. Which brings me back to my offer. Make an alliance with my prince. What Court of Bedlam? You dealt with Clavicus Vile's Earl, and I'm your prisoner. The court is in shambles, just like the Triad, if what you say is to be believed. But beware Nocturnal's champion. Her Earl won't fall as easily as Tilcaller or I. I still only have your word that my prince has been betrayed. But I'll play along. Daedric princes aren't used to working together. If Nocturnal acquired the Heart of Transparent Law, I could see how she might then decide to go her own way. I was under the assumption that the Triad needed to work together to take control of the Crystal Tower. That was always my understanding. To attempt this on her own, Nocturnal must have found another source of power.
Lathan is a shell of the man I fell in love with. We can't trust anything he says. No, we have to deal with this ourselves. And the key is reaching the Crystal Tower before Nocturnal can accomplish a similar feat. Just another horrible bit of news in an otherwise horrible situation. All the more reason for us to get to the Crystal Tower. Last I heard, the Sapiocs were attempting to rapidly attune 2 new tower sentinels. We need to see if they succeeded. Likely at the Crystal Tower Gatehouse, northeast of Lillandril. The ritual usually requires a full year and a day to complete, but the Sapiocs reluctantly agreed to try to speed up the process. We should head out immediately. Oriandra, tell Darian to meet us at the Crystal Tower Gatehouse, and keep an eye on Lathan while we're gone.